Oh. Gosh, it's so uncomfortable. If you get really close to the mic and do this twice.
No, it's good. It's good sound.
Oh. Sounds like inside your mouth. Oh.
My ass. By the way, welcome to the watching. The watching show. But you can listen to it if you want. If you want to. All right. Let's see if I can get the mouse.
Are we going?
Technology. Oh yeah, we're going so hard.
Nice.
Like a doomed person, knowing that there's no hope to save his life.
You know what I want to do?
Quit. What?
No. What would make this like extra fun for me? We've got like our little hairpins in right now. We're kicking our feet up in our cool couch with our cool table and our microphones and stuff. The thing I want to do now is have a cigar like right there on the tray, kind of just going, and then have like a bunch of sushi in a tray that we could just chopstick and eat while we're doing this.
I love it because it's so strange. Cigar and sushi. Of course.
That's what yes. Wouldn't that be cool?
Perfect pairing.
Just puff, 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 sushi, and then female voices.
Female voices. That's what was missing. Oh, the cigar's so good.
Yeah.
The sushi.
I was talking about the game, like while we're doing the game.
Yeah. I know, but I may as well keep the voices. I have a Diet Coke, so sorry you're alone.
Oh, you do?
I don't know how that all tied together, but I guess speaking of tying things together, the hairpin, I guess the hairpin goes with sushi for some reason. That's the closest connection I can make.
There's no connection at all. It's just if how you say sometimes I like to think about what my heart's desire is, because sometimes you can do it or whatever, right? That's something you say sometimes.
You say it out loud. Oh, double check with your mouth.
Yeah, I gotta check. I gotta go get my phone.
Oh, okay.
But you know what I'm talking about.
I'll expound on your fantasy with like a couple things that I actually would want in that situation. I don't necessarily want to puff smoke, but I don't care right now about much of anything. So sushi, cigar, and we need like beats. You need like music also. So I don't know what kind of music. Zach would be very preferential.
I'm talking strictly about when you say. Thing that you say is sometimes I like to think about what my heart desires, because once what my heart desires is something I can actually do.
Yeah.
And that's good news.
Yeah.
So I was saying in this moment,
what your heart desires
is sushi and a cigar. Yes.
And in that situation, if we were living in your favorite heart desired situation right now, I would vote for and ask for some kind of cool chill beats also while we're doing all this. Because we can listen to music while we play. We can't record the music for the video, but like I still want to listen to it.
What day are we on now? 4? This one's got food poisoning from the canteen, if I remember right.
Well, before you do, I haven't saved, so I should be good.
You're good.
If I mess up, it should be fine.
You unlocked Ulyana's.
The mouse is back. No, I have.
No, Miku.
I have shit to do.
I got things to do.
I got shit to dude. I think one of my favorite lines in the whole game was when Lena goes, "I always hated that bitch." It's like, she's crazy.
I know.
It makes me happy. All right.
Wait, maybe you already did.
Who knows what I did? If I messed up, I haven't saved over it, so it's gonna be okay.
Oh no.
What? Don't worry. If I did something wrong, I can go back to my load.
I think you got to go back.
What do I gotta do?
I think you got to select the clubhouse on the map, then refuse.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got to.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Check.
Oh wait, I guess you could click clubhouse then. Click clubhouse.
You
then.
mean back out of here?
Just back out of that. Yeah, look, there's the last one that you click is clubhouse.
What am I refusing?
You're refusing Ulyana.
Nope.
Yeah, well, you got to go back.
Let's see what the next prompt is that pops up, and then you can tell where we are. See if I actually missed what you're talking about. This one probably doesn't pop up.
You missed.
All right, I'll load it. Don't worry.
Something. I think you technically. Wait, let me count because you need 9 to get the good route. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Missed that one.
I'm just gonna load it.
6, 7, 8, 9. Technically, you don't have to. We have enough points we have to get 9 or more, and so you only missed the 1.
I don't want to miss. I don't miss clubhouse and say no. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Ain't no thing. All right, let's see.
Okay, but then.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Now you're supposed to
say no.
Refuse.
Ha! Beach. All right, I think we've done this already. Yep.
No, this doesn't matter. That's weird that refuse is the thing that is
That's what I like about these choices is you would never guess. All right, make sure I don't mess up another one.
Yeah, the next one is do nothing, just stay seated. So after you check out all these, then whatever, you know.
Oh, that's the stupid roll call lineup for shooting.
Yes.
Stay on titty. Guard.
Stand breast.
I'd be breast for me to stay here. That noise. All right.
Do nothing, just stay seated.
seated. Nice. And
then the next one is go to Ulyana.
Oh boy, this is gonna be new. Oh my god!
Oh my
It's gotta be new. I didn't think of.
Oh my god.
I didn't think about.
Oh my god.
I didn't think about Ulyana that evening at all. Yep, it's new. I'm gonna take a sip of my Coke. Cocaine. That thing with the cake, like it didn't even happen. Though I remembered her well. Maybe in some other situations I would never have decided to go to her, but now a fine reason to leave this place and end this stupid hike has appeared. Recalling that Olga Dmitrievna told me to be prepared for new tasks, I decided not to ask for her permission, and after choosing a proper moment, I disappeared into the woods. Night fell on the camp. I mentally thanked the camp leader for not researching the land too well, since this meant civilization was only a few meters away. Do you want to make a game? You can say no. Do you want to guess what's going to happen?
I don't know.
I got nothing, man. There's too many variables. We'll wait until like there's a more like A or B or C plot showing up where you can pick one or the other. Because right now it's way
I'm hoping
in the
that
air.
they throw a curveball and it's not like a sexual or romantic thing with her route. That'd be kind of cool.
like a platonic sexual relationship.
Yeah, if it was just sexual, that'd be good. Yeah, it's a joke. Obviously.
That is a joke. But seriously, if it's not sexual, I'd be fine with that. Like, I'd be like, what a nice, pleasant deviation from what we've had the whole time.
But let's expect it just to so we're not disappointed.
I'm expecting it.
The next thing that you do is on day 6 and 7, and it's try to stop her verbally.
That's new.
Yep.
Oh,
So
Another long
this is going to
walk.
be a lot probably in between.
good. Soon I came back to the square and hesitated.
Wasn't this a circle before?
No, it's definitely. What would I tell Ulyana? Moreover, why would I go to see her in the first place? My
I
head was
hate her.
so heavy and full that there was no. Hey, this is a phrase we've read before. Yep, this is that broad highway brain phrase. Well, let me skip though because it's technically in a new tree, but maybe to her cabin. And what if she's not there? Oh my ass! Oh, listen, something knocked me down and I fell to the asphalt. That's her song, isn't it? Like, that's
is.
literally her song. It's a good thing I had time to stretch out my arms. Otherwise, I would have broken my nose.
Gotcha!
She grabbed I quickly got up from the ground and saw Ulyana standing before me. What are you doing? I couldn't stop myself from shouting despite my best efforts.
You shouldn't be stargazing.
She answered viciously. What if I had smashed my nose or broken my arm? Not the face, bitch! That's from American Psycho.
Oh yeah.
I said more calmly.
But neither of those happened.
Look, why do you always mock me? I already regret my decision to try to ease her loneliness. What's today's punishment not enough? What's today's punishment not enough for you? Can you drive in simple conclusions?
It's entirely your fault.
The smile instantly disappeared from Ulyana's face. What? What exactly is my fault?
Everything.
You mean I'm to blame all the time?
Yeah!
She crossed her hands in front of her chest and turned away. Great! I suddenly wanted to get away from this place as fast as possible.
Don't look at me.
I wish I could say as high as like,
Don't look at me.
Yeah.
but it was because of you I came here.
What?
Anime, yeah. I guess you are quite bored given that everybody's hiking and you're alone here.
I don't care.
She yelled cheerfully.
If things are that way, then what do you want to do?
What do you mean?
Well, if you can't be because of me.
Such a thought has not occurred to me, although I don't really know what I came here for. After such greeting, I no longer want to do anything.
Then it's up for me to choose.
Ulyana said Ulyana cheerfully and started to think. I stared at her for some reason, but then couldn't stand for it. Stop thinking! If you're planning to... I can't stand it. Oh, there's more.
Get scared of the others. We'll dress up as goats, for example. It's going to be so fun.
I didn't find this funny in any way. I do. I'd be like, do you have white sheets? I'd be like, you got a plan? I'm like, all right, let's all right, screw it, let's go. Enough of that already. I began entirely, but broke off. Maybe that's not such a bad idea. After all, by the time she thinks it over and gathers all she needs, Olga Dmitrievna and the pioneers will already be back. If I came here because of Ulyana, then I need to play along. Perhaps you're right.
What?
She was looking at me with her eyes wide open.
Are you gonna agree just like that?
Well, what's so wrong about that? And furthermore, if you insist, she studied me attentively for several seconds and then rattled off.
Excellent. Then we need some bed sheets. If we want to look like real ghosts, don't we?
Yeah, real ghosts.
So you go get them.
Ulyana announced imperiously. Oh, where do you think I'm going to get them?
Take them from your cabin, obviously.
It wasn't that obvious. It wasn't that obvious to me.
So you don't want it?
She instantly made a gloomy face. Okay. I recalled the fact that there were spare sets of bed linen. Olga made out of his wardrobe, so there can nothing more about. Hey, remember in the first playthrough we were messing around and we used Slavia, the blonde you like?
Yeah.
We used her key to open Olga's drawer, or
No, we didn't. Open it. Yeah.
What's in there?
I don't know.
That's just one of the many questions I haven't answered yet. Oh boy. Like the apple. Maybe it's all part of that cat or girl playthrough. We approached the camp leader's cabin and I said to Ulyana, wait for me here.
Sir, yes, sir.
She rattled off and saluted me. It seemed Ulyana was entirely immersed in the game. I quickly found 2 white clean bed sheets. These already had holes conveniently cut out of them. It's a shame they were going to get smudged. Ooh, new music. Fun, creepy music. Here, take it. I handed her one of the bed sheets.
It's too large for me.
Ulyana said it's after twirling it in her hands. No wonder, considering her height. Give it to me. I folded the bed sheet in half and gave it back to her. Dumbass.
much better now.
Yeah, dumbass.
Bottom me.
She put the white cloth over her head and ran to the forest. It's probably a picture of her like jumping out and scaring somebody for one of the paintings. Ooh, wait! I threw myself after her. Oh, or I guess that's the one. Just a few minutes later, we were near the pioneers' campfire behind the trees. Now it was clear that the trick, harmless at first, was taking an unpleasant twist. For some reason, I was sure from the start that the hike would end before Ulyana took any actions, and now we were standing 10 meters away from the pioneers dressed in bed sheets. I don't see bed sheets, bro. We didn't look frightening at all. Rather, we looked comical.
Get ready. On my command.
Wait. I was joking when I agreed to all this. Think again. It won't do you any good. You'll just get yourself under house arrest till the end of the shift, and so will I.
No treat. No surrender. Are you ready? Count on three.
I started scrolling through the possible outcomes of my head feverishly. There weren't many of them. First one, me and Ulyana ran up from behind the trees and started the pioneers laughing, resulting in me getting a considerable scolding from the camp leader and possibly something even worse. And Ulyana is sentenced to the highest measure of punishment feasible under the laws of the pioneer camp. Second one, I stay here and observe with the others how Ulyana runs around the glade in the bed sheet. She is sentenced to the highest measure, like in the first option, and I stay in relative safety. Third one, I do everything possible to prevent her from committing this act of moral vandalism, and no one suffers with her self-esteem. Huh? There's the one, I guess. I didn't think it was going to be right after, but that's kind of what I was expecting. It could have all gone so well, but either those thoughts took more than 30 seconds or you shortened the count. So I had managed to pull myself together in time when she sprang into the glade, screaming inhumanely. As expected, thank you. All the pioneers laughed loudly. Some even fell from the log he was sitting and started rolling on the ground. I tried to save the day and yell as loud as possible, but no one would hear me, and so would the others. Fool! Stop it! Come here! Hey, that's a new one. I love how what was weird just kind of showed up. I like how I called her fool. That's what it said, fool.
The sound that the scream made when I got close to the
Just
microphone.
Yes.
That's perfect.
Idiot box noises. I don't know whether it was my persuasion that worked or Ulyana understood that her performance had failed, but she ran into my direction quickly and without pausing, hid herself in the forest. I didn't hesitate to follow her. Such a finale left a tiny chance that she won't be punished again. It's good that I didn't join in on the trigonomical act. Now I need to find Ulyana. It turned out to be not that hard, as she hadn't managed to get far. I would think she'd be really, really hard. She's so small and hard to find. Ulyana was sitting on the tree stump, crying. I stood still, hesitating. Of course, such an outcome was to be expected, but now I had absolutely no idea of what to do or how to comfort her. And besides, I'd gone back to the camp intentionally and had agreed to participate in the show, but it just got worse. As well as that, I was tired unto death. I was confused about that. Push this out of the way so I can read better. Thank you so much. At that moment, I wished I could just cease to exist. I just wanted to close my eyes and appear elsewhere, preferably in a quiet and peaceful place, but the sight of the sobbing Ulyana obligated me to take action. I walked up to her and sat down on the ground. Well, What were you expecting anyway? I began philosophically. It was sure to end up this way.
You're to blame for everything. You
need to learn to count to 3. So what would have changed if I had sprung out with you back there? We both would have been laughed at. That's all.
You always act this way. Always.
Her sobbing became louder and louder, and then she suddenly rushed at me and started pounding on my chest with her fists. The hits were not hard. It was more likely an attempt to take up the spare Ulyana, and then a real wish to beat me up. Calm down already, I said firmly. She stopped crying for a second and hugged me.
Maybe nothing would have changed, but it would have been more comfortable for me if we were together.
I didn't know what to say, so I just patted her ass on the head.
My head is my one weakness. Can I stay like this for a bit longer?
No. At that time, she didn't. Little sister of mine who messed things up. I wasn't mad at her at all. On the contrary, it seemed I too was beginning to care about the failure of the ghost playing act. It's all right. It's all right. We'll scare him properly next time.
Yeah.
What? Okay, I thought those were her legs. And I was like, what the fuck am I looking at?
I saw it too.
Okay,
yeah.
There it is. Right there's the knee. I was like, we have a leg unaccounted for. But
Yeah.
okay, hold on. Okay, there they are. Oh my gosh, it's so confusing. Those are both hers.
Yeah, I got it.
That took a long time. She kind of has like the electronic lips thing going on. Yeah, just the. Yeah. I don't know how much longer we sat in silence, and not being surprised, she fell asleep and wouldn't let go. Ulyana stopped crying, and I didn't want to disturb her as she had just calmed down. But I also had absolutely no desire to stay in the forest overnight. Hey, let's get back to the camp. Switch this button. Sorry, I wasn't pushing.
Uh-oh.
No, it's okay. Well, it was okay. Now I messed it up. I'm trying to find my mouse again.
I shook her shoulder gently, but she was dead.
There's no answer. Skip. Ulyana had fallen asleep. Hey! I shook her harder. No effect. At that moment, I wanted to cry. What is this? Oh, why does this always happen to me? Why do I always get caught up in these foolish situations? Always and everywhere for all time. Even having suddenly appeared in a weird pioneer camp in the middle of nowhere, I don't get to become a subject in an experiment, a victim of a sick cosmic mind, of a participant in an intergalactic war on the side of a group of suicide-prone pacifists like a regular hero of science fiction. No, instead, I have to spend the night in the forest with a little girl in my arms who is muffled in a bedsheet. Don't see the bedsheets, bro. Next time, I'd rather have the monstrous experiments. I stood up and put the sleeping Ulyana on my back. Maybe there was a way to make her up, but firstly, I didn't want to. And secondly, one more burden or one less. What is it? Yeah, sorry.
I feel like the default reaction that this writer has for people when they're under situations that are even a tiny bit stressful is falling asleep.
I was gonna say
That is not how stress works. They're just.
I was so.
It's like they just all have narcolepsy.
I had done nothing all day. After being home, I was my mind was so exhausted. I fell asleep. You fell asleep from doing nothing.
Yeah, I get that,
that's
but
answer to avoid these situations. Sleep.
Yeah,
I agree.
I know what to do. They sleep.
It's good that she's not heavy. At the square, I stopped, but put Ulyana on the bench and threw myself down beside her, totally exhausted. Even though the girl is hard to carry for too long, the stars in the sky were shining brightly. Perhaps they give their this light or this thing. It was as if a pain settled in my chest. Oh, is he waking up? I envisioned my old flat clearly, and a detestable burning started to make its way from my stomach to my throat. I'm throwing up.
Acid reflux.
Yeah.
Olga Dmitrievna, do you have a Tums? I don't.
No, it was not whistle. It was more like a sad reminiscence. I'm imagining doing a ballad about Tums now for some reason.
Oh, we need more harmonies.
We need more like tum 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 tum. So we can do that for a while. It's not. Maybe later we'll come back to it later like tum tum.
Yeah.
Because despite all that's happened, I felt more alive in less than 5 days here than I had for the last several years there. And now I really wasn't sure to get back. Only one question still ate at me, and how and why I ended up here. It flared up yet again in my mind and in my bowels. I haven't spent much time seeking answers or even just thinking about my situation lately. My thoughts were occupied with everyday routine affairs, and now in order to break away and be able to wish to stay here for good, I need to understand the nature of this place. It's just that even a nightingale or a golden cage has a right to know how and why, how and by whose will he got in there. And after that, to make the choice whether to stay or not. I don't know how much longer I would have been devoted to existential thoughts, but to be honest, loud snoring brought me back to reality. So small, but she snores so loudly. I said aloud to myself, pulled Ulyana on my back and headed to her cabin. Ooh, we're going to her place. Have we seen that before? That's kind of funny.
The skull?
Yeah, the skull flag.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
it's always been
Alyssa's
there.
stuff. That's right.
Right.
Okay. I had no desire to explain everything to Alyssa, so I just put the sleeping bag Ulyana on the sleeping Ulyana. So I just put the sleeping bag called Ulyana on the porch, knocked on the door, and left quietly. Okay, so I left her on the porch. Okay, welcome to each other, cabin, mixed feelings. All right, on the one hand, I had done what I intended to do. I had comforted and entertained Ulyana. On the other hand, the two crumpled bed sheets in my hands looked more like rags left over from some worn-out straitjacket. I opened the door softly and went in.
It's all your fault again.
Yeah.
Whatever happened.
Whatever happened was your fault. That's why
Yeah.
she's like preset.
She already just, that's her just natural state.
No, she was standing like that, facing the door, waiting
Yeah.
for you to open it. Ogutwija was sitting at the desk, and it seemed she had been waiting for me.
Do you want to explain something to me?
Well, it's not what it looks like. I took these bed sheets because I was sleeping with a girl. Don't scold her again. It's my fault. Just like that, I became a hero in my own surprise. My tongue acted faster than my thoughts. Perhaps some of my best traits, which ever if I was aware have shown themselves. Humanity as opposed to common sense. Okay.
Really?
Having started this, I chose to stick to my decision. Well, it was me who got the bed sheets, and I was staying behind a tree back then.
Behind what tree?
Let me show you. Let's just walk out and show which tree.
This tree. I was back here.
It was this one. I'm
Semyon,
so sorry.
you know what we say about this tree.
This tree.
You're not supposed to hide behind it with my bed sheets. That's the first rule of camp. Don't hide behind this tree with my bed sheets.
That's the first rule of camp. I got me.
Now, what are the 10 rules of Camp Sovyanok? Don't hide behind that tree
The whole
with your
chorus-
bed
the whole
sheets.
chorus of
The whole
kids.
yeah.
The camp leader looked at me in astonishment.
So what did you need the bed sheets for?
I realized my mistake. So I'm guessing this is implying. So you're not talking about the forest thing?
Semyon, I don't understand you. I wanted to know where you disappeared to so mysteriously during the hike, but now I'd be interested in listening to your bed sheet
They
story.
gotta be leaning at what I'm talking about. But it was impossible that she and all the others hadn't seen Ulya's performance. The pioneers laughing out loud couldn't have been only my imagination. Oh, good to meet you, Abner. I'm serious. Didn't you see someone in a bed sheet spring-eyed at you recently?
So it was you.
She gave me a close look. No, it wasn't me. Couldn't she tell just from my height?
But you're holding the bed sheets.
Yes, I could understand if she was playing me for a fool or if she really didn't know what this is all about. Oh, good to meet you, Avna. Let's act like this conversation never happened. Oh, I'm too tired. I'm too tired. I'm too tired to think my way out of this script.
All right, sleep.
She's like, I am too. Let's just end the conversation and sleep. To my surprise, she really agreed. Wow, good job. That's another example of I don't know how to write this. Go to sleep.
Seriously.
I'm not a
Literally.
good writer, but I think I would notice that problem and go, I need to stop sending people to sleep. When
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with them.
Sleep.
It's like playing a game of imagination with your friend and figures. Like, when then what?
Then we sleep, I guess.
I don't know. I guess they go to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know. Go to sleep. Of course, I was astonished by such a reaction, but I decided to use the moment. I wrapped myself around myself and turned to face the wall. But I couldn't sleep. There were no thoughts. My head was aching. I couldn't manage to fall asleep. I rolled to the other side and
Knees
imaged
weak
the
on
day.
spaghetti.
I tried to sleep, but it didn't work. Oh, who the balls is this? We're gonna find out next time. All right, join me. We got 10 seconds to do a Tums bit. Tums. That was awful.
It was actually kind of cool, like a
No, it
little
was
bit
wrong.
dissonant. Yeah.